Om Swastiastu. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Shalom Nama Budaya. Salam Harmoni. Hi guys, in here I will explain the topic about disjunction. So, before I explain about the topic, I will to introduce myself. My name Gusti Devita Putri. My student number 20130111079. And I from 4A Mathematics Education class. Okay, in this topic, I will discuss about definition, type of disjunction, truth table of disjunction, and the last example. So, let's get started and don't forget to watch it. First, I will explain about definition of disjunction. A disjunction is a combination of two statements that use the logical conjunction or to form two compound statements. The conjunction or in mathematical logic is denoted by this symbol. The disjunction of two statements P and Q can be written like this. And read P or Q. In everyday life, the word or can mean one or both. It can also mean one but not both. Let P and Q be proposition. Disjunction of P and Q is denoted by P or Q. When both P and Q are false, then only the compound proposition P or Q is false. Negation of disjunction. The negation of a disjunction is a conjunction of the negation of the two singular propositions. Negation of disjunction denoted by negation P or Q equal negation P and negation Q like this. And second, I will to explain types of disjunction. There are two types of disjunction, namely inclusive disjunction and exclusive disjunction. And the first, exclusive disjunction. Exclusive disjunction, namely two statements that are true if at least one of them is true, which is given the symbol like this. For the exclusive disjunction of two statements P and Q, it is written P or Q, like this. The exclusive sense of or is either A or B or both, as John is at the library or John is studying in Latin, the word is false. And the second, exclusive disjunction. Exclusive disjunction is two statements are true if only one of the two statements is true. Is given the symbol like this. The exclusive disjunction of the two statements P and Q is written P or Q like this. The exclusive sense of or is either A or B but not both. As in, you may go to the left or to the right. In Latin, the word is out. And the third, I will to explain about truth table of disjunction. The truth table of disjunction is as follows. If P true and Q true, the proposition P or Q is true. And if P true and Q false, the proposition P or Q is true. And if P false and Q true, the proposition P or Q is true. If P false and Q false, the proposition P or Q is false. The statement P or Q is a disjunction. It is true When P is true or when Q is true, or when P and Q are both true. It is false when both P and Q are false. We can see the difference between inclusive disjunction and exclusive disjunction from the table below. In the right is the table of exclusive disjunction. If P true and Q true, the proposition P or Q is true. And if P true and Q false, the proposition P or Q is true. And if P false and Q true, the proposition P or Q is true. And if P false and Q false, the proposition P or Q is false. This is the table of exclusive disjunction. And in the right, the table of exclusive disjunction. If P true and Q true, the proposition P or Q is false. And if P true and Q false, the proposition P or Q is true. And if P false and Q true, the proposition P or Q is true. And if P false and Q false, the proposition P or Q is false. The table negation of disjunction. If P true and Q true, negation P false and negation Q false, P or Q is true and negation P or Q false equal negation P and negation Q false. If P true and Q false, negation P false and negation Q true, P or Q is true. Negation P or Q is false equal negation P and negation Q false. And if P false and Q true, negation P true and negation Q is false. P or Q is true and negation P or Q is false equal negation P and negation Q is false. If P false and Q false, negation P true and negation Q true, P or Q is false. Negation P or Q is true equal negation P and negation Q is true. And the last example. Example 1. P is was are mammals. The statement is true. And Q was the are herbivores. The statement is false. The proposition P or Q was are mammals or herbivores. The statement is true. In the second, 3 times 5 equal 8 or 8 is an odd number. P 3 times 5 equal 8. The statement is false. And Q 8 is an odd number. The statement is false. Because P and Q are false, then proposition P or Q is false. Example inclusive disjunction. P, Annie studies hard, and Q, Annie is a smart child. The proposition P or Q, Annie studies hard or is a smart child. Here, it has two meanings. One, Annie is a child who studies diligently or a child who is smart but not good. And the two, Annie is a child who studies hard or just a smart child but maybe both. Example exclusive disjunction. P is Reina went to America and Q Reina went to Europe. The proposition P or Q Reina went to America or Europe. In this example, Reina only went to Europa or America. And it was impossible to go to America and go to Europe at the same time. Example negation of disjunction. P is Jenny a smart student. Q is Jenny has a hobby of reading. The proposition P or Q is Jenny is a smart student or has a hobby of reading. The negation P or Q equal negation P and negation Q is Jenny is not a smart student and does not have a hobby of reading. That's about my presentation. Thank you and see you.